There's a hidden part of the most recent stimulus bill that I've heard zero mention of. So we all know about the stimulus checks, the Paycheck Protection Program, the EIDL grants, but as a part of this new bill, the Small Business Administration is required to make 8 months worth of payments on new and existing SBA loans, completely free. This is real. It's insane. This is actually part of the CARES Act back in March of 2020. However, it's back and extends 2 months longer than the first time around. So the SBA offers several different loan programs that offer the ability to purchase real estate, expand your business, or even purchase an entirely new business and get 8 months totally paid for. So let's explore these details a little bit further. So what exactly is this program? Well, as I said, the SBA is required to make 8 months worth of payments on new and existing SBA loans. But more specifically, this works for 7A loans, 504 certified development company loans, and micro loans. And these aren't just payment deferments. It's 8 months of full payments of principal and interest that you, the borrower, will never be responsible for. It seems too good to be true, I know. So let's break down the different types of loans and some creative ways you could use these loans, use this funding, and get it paid for a solid chunk of time. So even if you're not looking to buy a new business, this program could benefit you in a huge way. So just make sure you watch the entire video to know where to start and what your options are here. Oh, and also, if you happen to be looking for a PPP loan with your small business, I have partnered with Womply, and with them, they let you know as soon as the Paycheck Protection Round 2 is available. And then they're going to make sure to get you a slice of the funding once that funding is available. I've linked them in the description of this video, and I think it's worth checking out. So starting off with the options here, the most popular type of SBA loan is the 7A loan. These loans can be used for a huge variety of things, for working capital, refinancing debt, purchasing a business, purchasing real estate, purchasing equipment for your business. The loan size can be anywhere up to $5 million. However, it usually isn't lower than $30,000 for this program. But don't worry if you're looking for a smaller loan, because there's other programs that cover the smaller end of the spectrum that I'll cover in just a little bit. And the first thing you might notice is this loan covers a ton of different things. It's a very versatile form of financing. So let's say you have more work coming in than before and you need to expand. Get a working capital loan and let the SBA pay for 8 months. Maybe your business is slowed down due to the pandemic and you're having a hard time making debt payments. Well, refinance your debt and let the SBA pay for 8 months. And yes, of course, maybe you're looking to buy a business. The SBA will cover 8 months of payments. This is real. Lenders are aware of this. The SBA was allotted billions of dollars to run this program, and hardly anyone is talking about it. Also, as a side note here, the SBA will need to set up this program again, and it may not be available at the time of watching this video. So if you're interested, make sure to check with a local SBA lender to see when this program exactly starts. I know there's a lot of chaos right after a stimulus bill is passed, so there's usually a period of time where you can't quite apply yet. So 7A loans vary quite a bit based on what exactly you're trying to have financed, like the terms of these loans, but let's cover some general loan details and ranges here. So current interest rates for these loans are between 5.5 and 9.75%. And this really varies based on what you're having financed or the loan term. Longer loans typically have higher interest rates. And as another side note, there are other SBA and lender fees for these new loans. So if you're interested in one of these loans, make sure you check out the fees from your specific lenders because they can add up. And also the SBA will require at least a 10 to 20% down payment for these loans. However, some lenders require even higher than that. I've seen as high as 35%. So you'll want to check with that too with your lenders before getting too deep into the process if you can't afford that big of a chunk. There are some creative ways to come up with down payment assistance if you can't quite afford that chunk, but you'll have to again talk to your lender about that. Maximum loan terms are up to 10 years for this program for working capital, or up to 25 years for commercial real estate loans. And you need a 680 credit score to even get in the door. Also, because this is likely a question on people's minds, there are certain situations where you can actually use a 7A loan for a startup, but it's much harder to get that loan in one of those situations. In most cases, to make that happen, you'll need excellent credit and a high net worth to be considered for a 7A startup loan. It's difficult, but not impossible. And if you are able to make it work, the SBA will still pay for 8 months worth of payments. I should also mention that the last time I talked about these loan programs, I received countless emails requesting consulting services to guide you through the loan process. Unfortunately, I do not offer this service because I just think a high quality loan officer is going to be able to do a much better job at this than I ever could. So let's just leave it to the pros there. I do, however, offer regular business consulting for sales, marketing, and management. So feel free to send me an email if you're interested in that. And if you're looking to just give me a little thanks for putting together this video, I would happily accept a like and subscribe in return. Oh, and also on a 7A loan, if you are purchasing a business, you will likely be required to prove industry experience or management experience and have a solid business plan in place to make this happen. It's not an easy process, but it can pay off in a big way. And again, this isn't impossible to get past the management or industry experience, but it might just, create a roadblock. Now let's take a second to work out an example here with a real life business currently for sale. This envelope manufacturing business, yes, this is a standalone envelope manufacturing business. There's a million ways to make $1 million, I swear. They have just over $5 million in revenue, seller's cash flow of $866,000, all for a sale price of $2.45 million. A multiple of 2.8 times earnings. Might not be a bad deal. Anyways, let's say you purchase this business at full price for $1.9 million at a 10-year term. And we're going to estimate high on the interest and go 8.5% interest with 12.5% down, or $306,000 down, leaving a loan of $2,140,000. The monthly loan payment would be about $26,500 a month, which sounds like a lot of money, but this business profits over $70,000 a month, meaning your debt ratio is well under 2-to-1 and still in that safe range. And if the SBA pays for 8 months of payments, they pay for that $26,500 8 months in a row, which comes out to just about 8% of the total purchase price of the entire business. Where else can you get a deal like that? Nowhere. Plus, you're purchasing a cash flowing business, so you could even keep paying down the loan over the first 6 months and just end up with less interest at the end of the loan and a safer place by the end of that 10-year term. All right, moving on from here. The second type of loan that the SBA will pay 8 months of is a CDC/SBA 504 loan. This program is for business owners who are looking to purchase or build real estate they plan to operate out of, or to renovate a building, or to purchase other large fixed assets. If it's a building, the business has to occupy at least 51% of the building purchased or built in order to take advantage of this loan. However, this could still be an excellent opportunity to buy a larger building than you need and rent out a portion of it. And current interest rates are cheap for this kind of loan because the federal interest rates are so low right now. You're looking between 2.24% and 2.71%. Loan terms here are either 10 or 20 years. The other terms on this program are similar to the 7A loan, so I'm not going to take up your time explaining all of that again. And then finally, the third type of loan the SBA will pay 8 months of is the SBA microloan. This is perfect for those who are looking to start a business or just need a smaller amount of funding for their existing business. A microloan can be up to $50,000, and like I mentioned, it's used for starting or expanding a small business. This loan cannot be used to refinance debt or purchase real estate. The loan term is up to 6 years with an interest rate between 5 and 10%. Now, I suspect that this program is going to be the most interesting one to people, and it could be used very similarly to that example I made earlier where the SBA paid for about 9% of that envelope manufacturer. So just for fun, let's go through an example of a much smaller business here, a home pet care business for sale for $92,000. It does $216,000 in sales with cash flows of $42,000. So a down payment of 10% on this would leave a remaining loan of $82,800. This loan at a 6-year term and 8.5% interest would result in monthly payments of $1,027 to your lender. So we take that times 8, the 8 months that the SBA will pay for, which equals $8,216, or roughly, again, 9% of the entire business price paid by the SBA. It is wild. So from here, if you're interested, you're going to have to go through an SBA lender similar to how the Paycheck Protection works. I would strongly recommend you take a look online and see local lenders that approve the highest amount of SBA loans in your area and use that lender. They're going to be much more familiar with the program and get this process much faster. So I really hope that you can benefit from this program. If you end up securing a loan or doing anything cool with this program, please let me know. Keep me updated on your business's progress. So I'd like to just thank you for watching, and I hope you have a profitable day.